Hey YouTube, what's up? This is A5 Crypto.
Hey, crypto addict here, guys.
Hope you guys are doing well today. In this video, we're gonna do a reaction. We're just gonna watch this clip on Gary Vee discussing with who's this again?
Dan Schawbel.
Dan Schawbel. Um, he has some things to say about VEVE, so we're just gonna watch it and see how it goes. But before we do, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and leave a comment on what you guys think about this whole interview that Dan had with Gary.
Yeah, there's been a lot of mixed reactions here in the community, so we just want to see what's going on and get our input here.
That's right. That's right.
So let's play through this clip here.
Like, you're always forward looking, you're always testing, with your own NFTs in the marketplace you're launching and everything that you've been doing. So you've said that 98% of NFT projects will go to zero and called for an NFT winter. What do you think will be the 2% that appreciate long-term in value?
I'm not sure. I'm incredibly positive. My big bet is CryptoPunks, just given the nature of its status of establishment.
What about like IP, like VEVE with NFTs and like Disney NFTs with like Marvel and Star Wars?
The problem is, I come from a collecting background, so I'm too smart.
Me too.
This. Good. So you know this. Good. So you know this. Not even close to every Spider-Man has value.
What about the first ever Spider-Man NFT?
Of course. The question becomes, though, which one, right? Like versus on-chain versus what if Solana wins the day in 12 years? Then it's going to be the first Solana Spider-Man, not the first ETH, right? So we're too early. See where I'm going?
Yeah.
There's a lot to think through. You could bridge over to different chains. There's a lot to think through. What is actually an NFT versus a digital asset? Maybe closed environment, decentralized.
It's switching away from being a closed environment, though. It's going to be
the question. Yeah, I know that, but the question will become: will the market accept it as the first, or was it the first that minted on mainnet because they didn't got it? Because now it won't be the first that's minted. So there's all these, and all of it's already awesome. Like, I actually have no idea.
At a minimum, you're having fun and you're learning about this space. You don't know, but you're willing to, see what's going to work, and especially for your business, because NFTs is wrapped around a lot of what you're doing.
I also like the fact that the results are going to be the results. I don't know. I have hunches. I will spend my money and put my reputation on the line against those hunches. And I have the humility and the confidence to navigate that, because I realize that if I am wrong, it's incredibly, this, I enjoy talking about passing on Uber twice.
He does.
Well, because it's an example. It's a great example of, hey, you're not always going to be right.
Yeah, it's also the truth, right? Like, fuck, so if CryptoPunks disappears in its relevance, and becomes Friendster, right? Then I'm like, okay, I was wrong. I shouldn't have bought that. And that will be just as good learning content for my audience as if I was right.
Yeah, that was the portion. So, what do you feel about this?
Okay, so this is where I think he is wrong. I got respect for Gary Vee. He's an OG, but I think he's wrong in this sense where he says, okay, yeah, I get it. CryptoPunks, yeah, they'll always be just super iconic, right? In the whole NFT explosion,
I mean, they're
right?
the trendsetters for this 10,000 variations of profile pictures.
Now, if we put that into comparison of, they're the first, right, on the ETH platform, or the OpenSea ETH protocol, whatever. So, and then Dan said Spider-Man is the first on VEVE, right? And then Gary, he said, well, what if Spider-Man is also on Sol? You have them on Sol, you have them on ETH, but they're not the first, right? So same thing with like CryptoPunks. When Solana released their own marketplace, there was a bunch of knockoffs of there was like Soul Punks.
Yep.
Am I right? There was like Soul Punks. There was like some other knockoffs, Soul Rocks, I suppose.
Well, it's not just like Solana, like even with Immutable, there's like IMX punks. Like there's
Exactly.
multiple punks on every single marketplace.
Exactly. And they're just knockoffs, from here because they're not the first.
Well, according to Gary's breakdown of this, right? They're the first Solana punk. So maybe if the market decides that Solana is the marketplace that actually matters, then they're the original. Then that puts his CryptoPunks as pretty much not the first then anymore. Is that right? Because if he's the first Spider-Man that's actually minted on VEVE, not the actual first, just because they decide that Solana it gets minted on Solana and that's the main net, that's what actually matters, then VEVE Spider-Man is not the first. The first that was on Solana is the first. And that would mean the same thing for Soul Punks. They're the first punks now.
If we're talking about, see, I'm looking at I'm not talking about other chains, right? Like chains are chains. They'll always be different types of chains. I'm talking about first ever NFT or first ever collectible, period. Whatever chain, it don't matter, man. Like you're still an NFT, period. The first NFT, the first CryptoPunks, regardless of whoever knockoff first on Solana, don't matter to me. The first CryptoPunks I think of is always on ETH. And the first Spider-Man NFT, we both know, is on VEVE. So that's period. That's like, that's all that matters to me. Like the very first NFT, period. Doesn't matter about whatever chain it's on. It's all the same. People just copy the code and copy paste it, right? Like just throw it on over.
Yeah, it seemed like Gary was trying to make sense of it, but he really didn't know how to actually go about it.
No, you can't do that, man. It's like saying, I'm just trying to put it into perspective here. Let's see, what are some other like kind of knockoffs?
Maybe they're not knockoffs. Yeah. Maybe they're actually the first. Who knows?
Yeah.
According to Gary's logic. Yeah. I love Gary Vee. Gary Vee is great. Like the man is an inspiration to a lot of people. And I think everyone that talks about Gary Vee will say the same thing.
I agree. But I sense that there's some kind of reason to him saying this particular type of statement towards VEVE, at least. I don't know. I just feel like there's some kind of.
And speculation is because he is backing Recur, and that's why
exactly right. This
can't really promote VEVE, but this is marketing for both platforms. You have a bunch of people on the VEVE platform that wanted to see Gary's reaction to this, and he easily used it to plug in Recur.
Yeah, and he has a strong presence in social media, the NFT community for sure. So we'll see what the market decides what's what. But in my eyes, and we both know that very first Spider-Man is on VEVE.
And Dan looked confused, but I give him
props. He didn't look at his face right now. Look at his face right now.
It was like after he said, I was watching when he said Solana, and he was just like,
not even close to every Spider-Man has value.
What about the first ever Spider-Man NFT?
Of course. The question becomes though, which one, right?
Which one? See, I don't get this. He said the first, and he goes, which one? Like you only get it one time.
I know, right?
Versus
like you just
chain.
Yeah, you just can't. You just can't say like first is first here, first is first there. No, first is just one, right? Like
this is legit Marvel. Like you can't say there's another first. Like the whole Disney collection, Disney can't decide, okay, the ones we released on VEVE are not legit anymore. We're gonna go release on some other platform, and these are now the first ones. You can't do that.
Yeah, like he's trying too hard to just change the wording, and play with the words and say like, oh, like it's not the first on Solana, or it's not the first on.
He's being safe
ETH.
with it for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm not buying it, to be honest.
That's fine.
The day in 12 years, then it's gonna be the first Solana Spider-Man, not the first ETH, right? So we're too early. See where
you see his confused face right there. I was like, oh, he's right.
No, look, listen. Like we both have respect for Gary Vee for sure, but with all due respect, you can't always buy into these big name folks, whatever they say. Sometimes, you gotta be able to do your own research and have your own kind of convictions and understanding, and see what makes what is value to you, right? Like
Yeah,
for us,
definitely have to do your own research. That's
exactly,
for
like
sure.
you can't always just throw your money like whenever these big name folks speaking, or even for us, man, like who have like an opinion towards something, a biased opinion. You got to be able to do your own research and see what is valuable, and kind of put your place your bets in it, and see what the market decides. So
Yeah,
I have
have you looked into Recur as much? Like,
I have checked it out a little bit, and I'm not gonna lie, they have some fire coming, man. So I'm not gonna knock Recur, but at the same time, they have some fire, like for sure. Like thinking about Ninja Turtles,
yeah, man, I
sports.
wanted some Ninja Turtles on VV.
I love Ninja Turtles. That was like another nostalgic cartoon cartoon growing up.
Like, I mean, look, Gary Vee's smart. Like, Recur,
Yeah.
I'm going to get in on Recur. Like,
I'm not like,
just
I'm
because I'm
not
in a
like,
VV,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not going to
yeah.
miss an opportunity on something else.
Exactly,
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Like you can't be married to one thing, like, and be dead on. Like for sure, you got to be able to support everything. This whole crypto is just NFT game is just a lot of people are
well,
gonna come
you got to look at
bringing in
it like
fire. Yeah,
this. Like, you got to think, like Gary V said, and he does always hit it on this point. He says, why can't everyone win? Like,
exactly.
VV can
Yeah,
win, Recur can win. Like, think about it. There's Uber Eats and there's DoorDash. Like,
DoorDash,
who used to say
Postmates. Yeah,
he used to
yep,
say you only have to use Uber Eats. You can use both platforms. You know what I mean?
exactly. For sure, for sure. Yeah,
But this is, I mean, Hello Kitty's huge. That is
yeah.
huge for them.
Hello Kitty's huge. Like if you Google most popular, the most expensive franchise, or producing revenue, whatever, Hello Kitty's number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe last I checked was 88 billion worldwide.
Okay, so they only have phase 1 here on their roadmap.
Mm.
So this is still a work in progress. That's the thing. VV's already established and they're already like going through their roadmap, and this is something that's just now getting started. They'd have to offer something more.
Yeah.
This rarity kind of confuses me here.
Oh man, that Ninja Turtles is kind of dope, man.
They
Is it
don't
like
have
cartoon?
well, they don't have anything as far as, at least from what I can see. The Recur Pass is 24 hours.
I wonder who has like Dragon Ball Z, any of the anime.
Well, VV has hundreds of licenses, what they've already said. So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's a good possibility that falls under Dragon Ball Z, because I got to get me a Gohan.
Oh, bro, dude, I'm just so excited thinking about that. And man, whew. Because if Hello Kitty is number 2, guess what's number 1?
Yeah,
You already know.
I'm getting all of them.
I know, but you guess what's number 1? You already know who has number 1.
Gotta catch them all, man.
Yeah, exactly, man. Dude, oh man, it's gonna be awesome. Like this is exciting times to be just a part of, right? To see like all these kind of this kind of competition, right? I definitely don't want to see one platform dominating everything, right? Because I don't know. I like the little diversification going around, like different types of platforms releasing certain things. You don't want one particular thing monopolizing the whole NFT market, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see something different here. I'm looking on Recur's site. It says you can purchase with cryptocurrencies. So, okay, so this is a little thing they're going on. You can buy the pass with BTC, ETH, and it says more, but then they also say Apple Pay, so it should be a mobile app, debit, credit card, also on credit cards. It's gonna
So I
cost
mean,
300 USD.
what is this? The pass costs. Okay. What's the
Being the
pass for though?
first to purchase. The pass is, it seems like access to, it's almost like early access. I don't know if it's going to be anything beyond early access or what, but it seems like it's the pass to get the early access to the early IPs, like I guess Hello Kitty. I mean, $300 is I guess worth it to get the first Hello Kitty.
Yeah, and we could, man. I did some research on Recur, and there's some big names behind it, but we can always do that in another video. Leave a comment if you guys want to hear us talk about Recur, and we'll do some research on them as well.
Yeah.
But to be honest, man, I saw some big names behind Recur. I don't know if you saw it. Did you?
I'm looking through it right now. But yeah, we can save that for another episode. I mean, as far as our reaction for Gary,
for sure. But he released another clip. You know, can we play that clip of him on Twitter? It was like released like maybe this morning, I believe. And I thought it was good. It was a good way of him responding to the last that he received from saying whatever he said to Dan in that interview. Yeah, that one.
It's not that one. Part 2 is this one. All right.
Everybody, just making this quick video because I saw my. Yo, what's good, everybody? Just making this quick video because I saw my interview with Dan. Dan, thanks for the interview. Just commentary on VEVE, like, just so there's no confusion. A, I'm cheering for fucking VEVE like crazy. B, I don't love talking about things in general when I'm not 100% sure or haven't done the homework. I haven't gone hardcore on VEVE enough yet to really know what I think. You know, I'm seeing the headlines, you know, like through my stream, like now unimmutable. I love layer 2s, but like, let there be no confusion. I don't have, even in my small investments compared to my career in Recur or Candy, like, I'm fucking cheering for everybody. I don't think, the biggest issue right now in the space is people think that this is an or game. With the amount of meaningful IP in the world, VEVE, Solana, ETH, Candy, Recur, Dapper, the world is abundant. Like, everybody can win. It's going to come down to execution. Who executes and who doesn't. And, you know, for me, when I'm putting my name on, like, this is going to work, like, I feel comfortable about CryptoPunks. But, like I said the other day, like, I'm just learning. Like, I don't know if Wolf Game's going to win or not, but there's enough there on the gaming mechanics. I'm like, let me check out if this could become the Axie Farmville of ETH. I don't know if the first Spider-Man of VEVE works, but, like, I will absolutely look into that. You just can't get to everything all the time. People are airdropping me projects. I'm getting 1,000 DMs. I'm running a massive company. So for the VEVE community, just want you to know, like, I got fucking love for your red circles. I just don't have enough information. I'm not good enough yet because I haven't dug and clicked and looked into it. So I have my VEVE meetings early. I just haven't gotten quote unquote around to it, but fucking, I think everybody can win.
Yeah. So kind of like, what he was saying there was that, I mean, it's true. Like, he is backing Recur, right? So that is his primary focus. But that's like saying, you know, I'm invested in DoorDash, but hey, I'm still gonna use Uber Eats.
Right.
You can't restrict yourself just off that. Like, both apps are winning. You know, one's not taken away from the other or anything.
Oh, for sure. I like him that he's, responding with that kind of response, right? Like, I love the fact that he's saying, you know what, like, there's room for everyone to grow in this whole space. It's not like a zero sum game. It's a positive sum game, right? Like, there's plenty of bread to go around, you know, and I truly believe that, right? With crypto, you could easily invest in something that you do your diligence with, and then, you know, eventually it'll grow, right? Because, you know, like our channel says, you know, we all gonna make it, and that's what we truly believe, right? Like, if you invest and truly believe in a project that has purpose and meaning, then I think it's gonna grow regardless.
And one thing I've taken from Gary Vee in the past is, like, even though you're trying to build the best company or the biggest company, like, you shouldn't be trying to knock down your competitors. Instead of trying to knock down your competitors and talk bad on your competitors, you just need to work on being better. Like, instead of trying to have the biggest building, you need to tear down every other building. You just actually need to build the biggest building. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, instead of tearing everyone else down, just build yourself up. And
Exactly.
I think he's good at doing that.
Like, I see it as let's think about the the sneaker community, right? You have nowadays, everyone has a brand that they kind of gravitates towards. And now you see a lot of collabs, right? You see like Gucci collabing with like I don't know. You see like Supreme collabing with Nike. You see Sakai collabing with Nike as well, Jordan, etc. Like everyone's winning, in this whole world, like when they kind of working together.
Yeah. And that could lead to like interoperability. So
exactly.
I mean, who knows how it's gonna be. But yeah, it's true. I mean, he may have been kind of stunned by it at first. He didn't really know how to react to it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he should have been more prepared for this. He knows Dan is big into VEVE, so he maybe should have expected that. But it seems like he just, was trying to, on the fly, try to say something that wouldn't, hurt what he's representing or
right, exactly, yeah. And I think he played it well. I mean, but I hope he doesn't like knock. I don't think he is, but he's not knocking VEVE. So
yeah, and he's aware of VEVE. He knows about.
Oh
VEVE.
yeah, for sure. There's no way you don't, especially for him, man. Come on.
He knows.
He's a collector. He's a collector, y'all.
He said he already said that he was introduced to it a while back.
Yeah,
so.
He knows VEVE, man. He's knows.
And he's tweeted, what was it, like in April?
Mm-hmm.
VVX Vayner Media. So yeah, he's aware of it. But like you said, he may not have fully dove into it, or he may have been, occupied with Recur already. Like, who knows? So there's things that could have been occurring in the back end, but it's not like he's throwing shade on the project or anything.
Exactly. Yeah. So cool, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that exciting times ahead of us. So it'll be interesting to see how this kind of competition rolls out. I'm definitely not gonna disregard Recur just because I'm invested in VEVE as well. I mean, you just can't.
Yeah. Overall, Gary Vee, great job. I mean, he tried to not talk down on any brand or anything, and he kept his cool like always. He's pretty witty and good at getting around conversations and watching what he says, even though some stuff he says some people may find inappropriate, but he's aware of what he's saying.
Yeah. I got mad respect for the guy.
All right, well, that'll be it for this video, guys. If you guys can, go ahead, like we said, subscribe to us, like to us, leave us a comment.
Yes,
we appreciate every feedback you guys give us. It really helps us know what you guys want to hear, if we're doing a good job, and it helps the YouTube algorithm. So appreciate that.
For sure. Yeah, we definitely appreciate the love. Like I said, we just recently got to 100 subscribers. Super excited to get to 1,000 very soon. So you guys share and hit the notification, and continue to make this content for you guys.
And like we always say, we all gonna make it.